Did you miss me? Anyways, welcome back, you fine viewers, to another episode of Channel 64. So today I'm going to show you guys what I've been working on for the last 4 weeks. Apologize it's been so long. Actually, I think it's even been longer than that, combined with the other episodes we've been doing on our modded series, Monsters and Mechanics. So, 8 weeks? I don't know. Too long, though, that's for sure. So anyways, enough rambling about what we've been doing content creation-wise. Let's talk about these shulker boxes. So these are the supplies for our brand new build that's going to be happening today. It is large. It is going to be a brand new area for our new robot master. There's my moss farm that I need to build as well. So many things that we need to build and do. I've been working on oxidizing copper. We have a little bit left here. Probably need a dedicated room for that. And we've got in total 36 shulker boxes that we're going to be using for this brand new build. So let's hop on into free camp and take a look at what we're going to be working on. So as you may remember, in our last episode, we completed the brand new tree sanctuary for Creeper Man, and I still love how this came out. It is really cool. It's a fun place to hang out, and the farms are awesome. Probably need to build a dark oak tree farm here at some point, and maybe something for the nether, stem trees and that type of thing. But today we're going to be turning our sights to this hill. And so what we're going to be doing with this hill is actually first some terraforming, because it is a windswept savanna. So this is kind of broken up and you've got this funky terrain. We're going to be kind of normalizing that a little bit, taking off some of these floating areas and flattening it out a bit. And then what we're actually going to be building is going to encompass this entire hillside, pretty far up here, I think to about where that torch is, maybe a little bit in front of that. And what we're going to be building is a brand new area for our new robot master, who I would like to introduce right now for you. That's right, the Axolotl Woman, our brand new robot master. So she is going to have an area that encompasses this entire mountain area. And what it's going to be is a modern kind of corporate laboratory. So think, very sleek lines, not a lot of texturing in the builds, very clean, lots of glass. We're going to be building up a structure that's a few stories tall. And along with that, also going to be terraforming and retexturing some of these mountains. So we're going to be normalizing the area, like I said, taking out some of these floaty things. We're going to retexture this so it's a little bit darker, because we're going to be working with a lot of different stone materials. A lot of, andesite and different concretes, mainly a white and pink. She's got a pink and green motif, as you saw in her design. And so we're going to be carrying that through the build itself. Along with that, we've got some really cool features, eye-catching things that I don't want to spoil, but my favorite part of the builds, honestly. And they are going to be scattered around the area as well. So, enough of the teasing. So the first step on this trip of massive builds that we really should have split up into several different episodes, but I haven't learned my lesson, and so we're not. So we're going to start off with terraforming this area and basically breaking it down to the point where we remove the blocks that we need to, and then we're going to be adding the blocks we need to add. So let's start with that block removal process. Well, all right, before I start my terraforming, I need to head on over to Sunwater to check out Harwood's brand new bookshop. This thing is fantastic. So he's going to be carrying all sorts of different books. I know I carried a little bit of them inside of the robot repair shop, but certainly not a full set. And this also does change our plans a little bit. So now I don't necessarily need to make a trading hall with a full set of book dealers, because, I can get my books here, and I'd rather do that because I'm not necessarily hurting for diamonds right now, and it would make my job a lot easier than having to mess around with, a bunch of librarians. So that's pretty cool. And then, of course, I agreed to bring over the Soul Speed 3 books, so I need to do that as well and stock that up. He says he's going to pass on the diamonds to me. Honestly, he could just keep them. I don't really need them. But that does remind me how useful this place is, because I recently was asked to go on an adventure with my friends Arrington and Justix. And, well, yeah. Roll the clip.
Throw in my trash.
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm a rebel.
Yeah, sure.
Whoa.
Whatever.
I've changed my mind.
Oh, yeah, too late now.
Stand behind the back.
Bomb.
Oh, wow, he moves quick.
So fast.
Up.
Oh, he's so... something else.
I did not get anything done. Where'd he go?
It's like halfway dead.
Oh, I did set off a streak of them.
Gonna die.
Ow. He likes you. He just wants to be your friend.
Where'd he
I
go?
missed with the potion.
Oh, I have a milk bucket. Forget the milk thing. The thing.
Oh, he's like nearly dead.
Yeah!
That was an anticlimax.
For you, Loki, I just beat him back and forth. Yeah, this is gonna be bad.
This is foolish. At best. Oh, there we go. That's 3.
That sounds means you don't like it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't see.
But I don't know where they are.
It's pitch black.
Oh, he's going. The winner's where the Warden is going for him.
Yeah.
Like he's booking it towards him.
And I'm booking it away. Uh-oh.
I'm going long range.
Whoa! Whoa! I'm right in the middle of it.
Don't want to be here.
I just saw the Warden shoot at him. That was so cool.
That's a bonus. Oh,
Something's going on near me, but I have no clue where the wither went, but something.
Oh, he's chasing me. Oh, and I don't know who's firing at me, but oh, that would be the Warden is firing at me.
That is wild.
Oh no.
Whoops. Oh, look, it's our old friend, Old Bones Jones. How you doing, Mr. Jones?
Have you seen my goat Jasper?
I think he's back at your house. Anyways, nice talking to you. All right, well, we're back at the base. I wanted to go ahead and show you guys what work has been done so far. So as I mentioned, we went ahead and I did some terraforming to take care of the areas that I needed to remove to add the new blocks. So kind of the same process I follow with a lot of the different builds I do, especially when we're talking schematics and everything. It's removing all the blocks that need to be removed, and then we're going to be adding the blocks back in that need to be there. And so in order to get this all done nice and neat, this involved a lot of terraforming. So as you can see, I've taken out quite a bit of the mountain here. I believe if I looked at the block count estimate, it was somewhere towards 10,000 to 12,000 blocks that were removed. I know I got quite a bit of stone, and at one point actually filled up the entire storage area with stone. I had to burn a lot of it. And then over here, of course, I've stripped down the side of the mountain. We're going to retexture this and retexture the bottom here as well along the mountain. And then up here, we're going to have some pods for some villagers. And I think right here is going to be our moss farm. So we're going to be building that up here very soon as well. A little bit smaller of a build than I did last time on Nerdcraft, at least. Not a 6-layer moss farm, because I don't need that much moss and bone meal. Probably about half that size. Although I did gather the materials for the original size farm over there. I've moved everything over here now. So these are all of our shulker boxes that we're going to be using. And yeah, it is going to be a massive, very large build project, which you will now see in an incredibly stylish time lapse. Let's get to it. And just like that, we have another section of the mega base complete. So my favorite part about this, of course, happens to be these giant mechanical flowers that we can see the bees attacking up here. I love the way that they just kind of peek through the trees when you're walking down here in Creeperman's area. I think it's really cool. So up front here, you can see we've got a few pods for some villagers that we're going to be adding here pretty soon. In fact, we have one of our cured zombie villagers right here, waiting to go up to his brand new station. So let's take our nice little stairwell up here to the main floor of the new building. We can kind of peek in there and see the crop setup there. It's very similar to what we've got with no water in the starter base. Over here, we're going to be having our moss farm, which I have yet to build, but we do have some overflow items coming in here from some of the crop farms up in the actual main build. And that's going to be going into the main composter for the moss farm as well. But right now we got a temporary composter setup. All right, now that we're at our main level here, you can see that I went with a modern design, kind of like a corporate office. Think of like a modern, I don't know. I just think modern corporate and office. It's like a laboratory, I guess. Lots of glass, lots of straight lines, lots of, fluorescent lighting, that type of thing. So we have, to contrast that, these hanging gardens that are going all the way around here. And we'll get a better look at those once we get inside. Over here, we've got our extra large sugarcane farm. This is going to provide me with all the sugarcane I need, and definitely a lot bigger than what we had over at our starter base, and it is double-sided, so that's also very nice. On this side, we've got some of the 2 high flower farms over here that we can just kind of flip this lever and they'll bone meal and duplicate these flowers for us. We've also got a glow lichen farm in here. Our nice little axolotl chamber with axolotls floating around. There's actually about 25 of them in there. They're just hanging out all at the top of the tank here, because this does go up all 3 floors. And in fact, we can even feed them. They have these little feeding machines I built. So if we just click this, it dispenses a fish, which then the axolotl eats and they get fed, and it's on both sides. We've also got our double-sized melon pumpkin farm, basically twice the size that we had at our starter base. And this right here is what is actually going down into the composting setup down there, because this thing is too fast and it overflows really, really quickly. And so just need to, compost most of that. Heading up to the second level, we've got our villager breeder. And sans villagers right now. We're going to be adding those a little bit later. And then we have a lot of space. So we have a lot of space down this floor right here. I went with a nice light gray concrete floor. It's very clean. On the outside here, we've got our hanging gardens. Kind of get a better look at those. And these have a bunch of azalea leaves in there. Some of the 2 high pink flowers and some bamboo as well. And then also we've got mixed in here somewhere some of the coral kind of representing larger flowers. Like right there. Perfect. And let's head on up to the 3rd level for our grand reveal, which is a whole lot of nothing, actually. I haven't really built anything up here. So I'm thinking either this floor and possibly the floor below it, we're going to have some sort of trading hall set up for the villagers once we get the breeder going. I haven't decided yet how I want to design these actual breeding pods, or the trading pods, but we are going to have a small section up here that's going to have some villagers. Not as big as I originally planned, because we do have people now actually selling things. And then head on outside here. We can kind of get a better look at the flower up close from underneath. And that's pretty cool looking. And then, of course, all my derpy axolotls for Axolotl Woman, they are all sitting up top here. I'm not sure why they don't just swim around the tank. They're all just kind of trying to get through the glass. And, well, you can't come out because you'd probably end up killing yourself if you did. So you have to stay in there. Sorry. All right, let's head into free cam real quick to get a look at some of the other details. So one of my favorite things with these flowers, aside from all the bees pollinating them, is this nice little light pattern. So this is accomplished with a cool little hopper clock down in here. We have it spinning around with the comparator reading off of that. And then that's triggering this line of redstone that goes all the way around. And then, of course, we have observers observing all of those and then making the way back into the center there. And so that gives us this cool pattern. These are supposed to represent solar collection panels. It's supposed to be big energy generators. And so we've got 4 of those kind of strewn around the laboratory area. Up top, we've got some big radar dishes. I really like the way this turned out. It's pretty sweet. This radar dish, if you have a keen eye, you may recognize this. This was actually in my first mega base back a couple SMPs ago on the Ninjago city. So this is a radar dish from that. And of course, some more antennas and whatnot to make it look a little bit technical on the roof. As I pointed out, we wanted to retexture some of the mountains, so I've started to do that a little bit. I like the moss on top of these. Kind of reminds me some of the biomes I've seen in like the biomes, a nice modded throwback to my modded series as well. I still have to work on the transition in the middle here. Probably going to be mixing a little bit of Axolotl Woman and Creeper Man stuff in here so they kind of blend it together. And then this actually is probably going to carry on into the next area over here, which will be building at some point. I'm not sure that's going to be the next Robot Master area. I think actually we're going to be heading out towards the ocean and lake over here. So we're going to be doing some of that probably next. But yeah, I really like the way it turned out. It took me a while to design everything, to get everything just how I wanted it to, but I think it really looks awesome. It's a nice contrast with the kind of, more green and organic feel of Creeperman's area. And now we have kind of a little bit more corporate, but yet, somewhat organic because we have, the leaves and everything mixed in there. But I think it turned out really good. And then finally, I did want to point out that back here, we have a big entrance that is going to kind of go into our storage room. Well, it's actually the base, but similar to what we have at the storage room with the 4 cardinal directions there, we're going to be doing that on top here as well. So in the upper level, we'll have that, and that will go off to other rooms and other biomes, other areas, and whatnot. Plus, it was important that I wanted everything accessible by foot, so that's why we have the stairwell in there as well. But yeah, I couldn't be more pleased with how that turned out. I think this is just really great. I really love those flowers. They're so cool. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what we plan for the future, and hopefully it'll be a lot sooner. With that, that's all the time we have left in this episode, so I really appreciate you guys for checking it out. I hope you enjoyed the build as much as I did. I'm very excited to see what I add to this base. I mean, it just keeps growing by the minute. So anyways, hope you like and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, everyone. Safe travels.